Manipulation is a subtle and often deceitful practice that can be employed by anyone, regardless of gender. While it is important to acknowledge that manipulation can be found in both men and women, it is crucial to avoid generalizations or stereotyping based on gender. Manipulative behaviors can occur in any relationship, whether it's personal or professional. In this video, we will explore 9 dark manipulation tricks that some individuals, regardless of gender, might employ to exert control. It is essential to be aware of these tactics to foster healthy and balanced relationships built on trust, respect, and equality. 1. Emotional blackmail. Emotional blackmail is a manipulation tactic that involves using guilt, fear, or shame to control someone's emotions and actions. Manipulative individuals may employ emotional blackmail to make their partners feel responsible for their happiness or to coerce them into compliance. By leveraging emotional vulnerability, they can effectively manipulate and control the dynamics of a relationship. 2. Gaslighting. Gaslighting is a toxic manipulation technique employed by both men and women. It involves distorting someone's perception of reality, making them question their memory, perception, or sanity. Gaslighters often deny their actions or use selective information to manipulate the victim into doubting their own experiences. Over time, gaslighting can erode an individual's self-confidence, leaving them dependent on the manipulator for validation. 3. Silent treatment. The silent treatment is a form of psychological manipulation where an individual purposefully withholds communication and avoids interaction to control their partner's behavior or emotions. By creating an atmosphere of tension and uncertainty, manipulators seek to gain power and control over their partner. The silence and emotional withdrawal can be highly distressing, leading the victim to seek resolution or validation from the manipulator. 4. Isolation. Isolation is a manipulation tactic that involves cutting off an individual from their support networks, friends, or family. Manipulators may gradually alienate their partner from loved ones by discouraging or sabotaging social activities, controlling access to communication channels, or portraying others as a threat. By isolating their partner, manipulative individuals make it harder for them to seek advice, support, or a different perspective from outside sources, leaving them more susceptible to manipulation. 5. Shaming and humiliation. Manipulative individuals may resort to shaming and humiliation to control their partners. This tactic aims to degrade and undermine the victim's self-worth and self-esteem, making them more vulnerable and dependent on the manipulator. Shaming and humiliation can occur privately or publicly, creating a power imbalance and fostering an environment of control. 6. Love bombing. Love bombing is a manipulative technique where an individual showers their partner with excessive affection, attention, and flattery, creating an intense emotional bond. Manipulators often employ love bombing during the early stages of a relationship to overwhelm their partner emotionally and make them more susceptible to manipulation. This excessive display of love can mask the manipulator's true intentions and create a false sense of security and dependency. 7. Guilt tripping. Guilt tripping is a manipulation tactic that involves making someone feel responsible or remorseful for actions or decisions they have made. Manipulators exploit a person's empathetic nature and use guilt as a tool to gain control. They may employ emotional manipulation to make their partners comply with their desires, sacrificing their own needs and boundaries in the process. 8. Triangulation. Triangulation is a manipulation tactic where a manipulator intentionally involves a third party to create tension, jealousy, or competition within a relationship. By introducing another person into the dynamic, manipulators can manipulate emotions, exert control, and undermine trust between the original partners. Triangulation can take various forms, such as comparing the victim to others, creating conflicts, or seeking validation from a third party. 9. Financial control. Financial control is a manipulation tactic that involves limiting or controlling someone's access to financial resources. Manipulators may exert control over money, restrict their partner's financial independence, or use financial dependency as a means of control. By limiting access to finances, manipulators can maintain power and dependency within the relationship, making it difficult for their partner to assert themselves or leave if necessary. Here are a few fictional example stories that illustrate the dark manipulation tactics mentioned in the article. Emotional blackmail. Sarah's partner, Alex, frequently employs emotional blackmail to manipulate her. Whenever Sarah expresses her desire to spend time with friends or engage in activities outside of their relationship, Alex guilt trips her by saying, "If you truly loved me, you would prioritize our relationship over everything else." Sarah feels torn between her personal happiness and Alex's demands, ultimately succumbing to the emotional pressure. Gaslighting. Mark and Lisa have been in a relationship for several months. However, Lisa notices that Mark frequently twists her words and denies conversations they've had. Whenever Lisa confronts him about his behavior, Mark dismisses her concerns, saying she's imagining things. Over time, Lisa begins to question her own memory and sanity, allowing Mark to gain control over the narrative of their relationship. Silent treatment. Emily and John have an argument over a trivial matter. Instead of addressing the issue, John decides to give Emily the silent treatment. He withdraws emotionally and refuses to communicate with her for days, leaving Emily feeling anxious and desperate for a resolution. Eventually, Emily apologizes, even though she believes she was not at fault, just to break the silence and regain John's attention. Isolation. Rachel's partner, David, gradually isolates her from her friends and family. He discourages her from spending time with them, claiming that they are a bad influence or do not have her best interests at heart. David manipulates Rachel's perception, making her believe that he is the only one who truly cares about her, thereby limiting her support network and making her increasingly dependent on him. Shaming and humiliation. Michael often ridicules and humiliates his partner, Megan, in social gatherings. He makes sarcastic comments about her appearance, intelligence, or achievements, making her feel inferior and embarrassed. Megan, wanting to avoid further humiliation, starts doubting her worth and begins seeking constant validation from Michael. Love bombing. Samantha meets Jason, who immediately showers her with extravagant gifts, constant attention, and declarations of love. He bombards her with affection and affectionate messages, making her feel like the center of his world. Samantha quickly becomes enamored by this intense display of affection, overlooking potential red flags or manipulative behavior in the process. Guilt tripping. Stephen frequently guilt trips his partner, Lisa, whenever she asserts her own needs or desires. Whenever Lisa tries to prioritize her own goals or spends time on her hobbies, Stephen says, "I thought you cared about us. How can you be so selfish?" Lisa starts feeling immense guilt for pursuing her own happiness and eventually sacrifices her own needs to keep Stephen happy. Triangulation. Kate finds out that her partner, Alex, has been confiding in their mutual friend, Rachel, about their relationship issues without her knowledge. Alex selectively shares negative aspects of their relationship with Rachel, creating tension and causing Kate to question Rachel's loyalty. This triangulation tactic leaves Kate feeling insecure and drives a wedge between her and Rachel. Conclusion. Manipulation is a complex and destructive behavior that can be employed by individuals of any gender. It is important to recognize and understand these manipulation tactics to protect ourselves and foster healthy relationships. By promoting open communication, mutual respect, and emotional intelligence, we can create environments where manipulation is less likely to occur. Healthy relationships are built on trust, equality, and understanding, irrespective of gender. Recognizing and addressing manipulation is essential for maintaining personal well-being and establishing healthy boundaries in all types of relationships. Thanks for watching.